Go.
Hi, so I'm Alicia DeBarros, Jonathan DeBarros' wife. He's running for Congress, the 5th District of Connecticut. I just want to talk about an issue that a lot of people are not aware of for here in Connecticut. And the reason why I looked this up was a number of reasons. But for one, I had posted something online, and a gentleman, who I will keep nameless, challenged me and said that there were no gender affirming surgeries happening with minors in Connecticut. So I started doing my little research, which is something that I'm passionate about because I love to seek truth out. Whether I agree with it or not, I just want to know what's really what's really happening. So I started doing a little digging. I've been getting more and more involved in regards to legislation that is happening here in Connecticut. And I just came across the bill, which is a substitute bill number 7. If you guys want to look it up yourself, it's pretty lengthy and I'm sure that's being done for a reason. But somewhere deep down in this bill, it's page 15 out of 26. It talks about the gender affirming care. A lot of people were saying it wasn't true. But yes, if you look at CCMC, which is Connecticut Children's Medical Center, you can look up gender affirming care right on their website. It will pop up. It also talks about mastectomies, which for people who aren't in the medical field, that is the removal of female breast for minors. Okay, you can look this up. I'll be posting this probably under this thread so everybody could see that it's coming from the horse's mouth, not something that I made up. Okay. The gentleman continued to argue with me and say that that wasn't happening. Okay. It is happening. It has been happening since 2019. This coming from the research that I just did. There has been documentation about it, everything written about it in a couple of articles, and also in this bill that just so happened, it says right here verbatim, this is new part of the bill, section 13. You would find it on page 15 of 26 of this SB 7. You can look it up, SB 7 of Connecticut, and you can look this up for yourself, but I'm just going to read this. It talks about collateral costs, which means any out-of-pocket costs other than cost of the procedure itself necessary to receive reproductive health care services or gender affirming health care services in the state, including but not limited to cost for travel, lodging, and meals. So apparently, and then they say gender affirming health care services has the same meaning as provided in section 52-571N of the general statutes. Okay, and then it goes on to say that there's a nonprofit organization, and if you read a little bit further down, it says there is on page 16, part B, it says I skipped over a couple things because it's just like jargon, but there is established an account to be known as the Safe Harbor account, which shall be separate, non-lapsing account of the state treasurer, our state treasurer who gets paid by taxpayers. Just putting that out there. The account shall contain any funds received from any private contributions, gifts, grants, donations, bequests, or devices to the account. Monies in the account shall be expended by the board of trustees established pursuant to subsection C of this section for the purposes of providing grants to healthcare providers who provide reproductive healthcare services or gender affirming healthcare services, nonprofit organizations whose mission includes providing funding for reproductive health care services or the collateral cost incurred by qualified persons to receive such services in the state, or nonprofit organizations that serve the LGBTQ plus youth or families in the state for the purpose of reimbursing or paying for collateral costs incurred by qualified persons to receive reproductive health care services or gender-affirming health care services. The safe harbor account shall be administered by a board of trustees consisting of the following members: the treasurer, the commissioner, the commissioner of mental health and addiction services, the commissioner of social services, the commissioner of public health, and 5 members appointed by the treasurer. And under those that I just listed, it says, or the commissioner's designee after each one of those people that I just mentioned. All paid people that are paid by our state. So I'm going to say this in Spanish for those that speak Spanish, and forgive me because I don't really speak Spanish very well, but I'm going to pretty much sum it up quickly. So estoy leyendo aquí en una ley que pasó en julio primero de, no, deja ver, para darte el efecto. Julio 1 de este año cambiaron partes de una ley, se llama SB7 de Connecticut. Tú lo puedes buscar en online. Y están hablando de lo que quieren hacer a los niños aquí en Connecticut. Una de las cosas que están hablando es para dar cirugía para cambiar los sexos de los niños. Aquí en Connecticut. En la página 15 de 26 de esta misma ley, tú puedes ver lo que ellos quieren hacer. Tienen una organización que le pagan diferentes organizaciones que dan dinero para que esto pueda pasar en el estado de Connecticut. Y tienen un grupo de gente que es el treasurer, alguien del departamento de social services, otro del departamento de mental y adicción, y unos cuantos más que nosotros estamos pagando por esa gente. So, ellos quieren darle grants a los niños que vengan aquí para los Estados Unidos para cambiarse su sexo, y nosotros vamos a tener que pagar por eso, parte de eso. Pero otra parte va a ser pagado por esta organización que se llama Safe Harbor, es el nombre de la organización. So, yo quería, voy a poner cosas debajo de este video también para que ustedes sepan que ellos están haciendo ya desde 2019 estos cirugías de niños, de minors. So what I want to also say is that they have been doing these surgeries, okay? This is not something new. And the only reason why I even knew that anything was being done, and this is with or without parental consent, okay? So if you guys want to look that up, I'm going to post that under the video as well, because this has been since 1995 that there's a part in the law that says that minors from the age of 13 to 17 can have STD testing, STD treatment, even abortions here in Connecticut with or without parental consent. So a lot of you parents out there that have children that have just turned 13, this was also a new thing that they added to that law. I think it was in 2023 or 2022 or 2023, that now you can't access all of your kids' medical records unless your child agrees to that. So if you have a 13-year-old, be prepared, or a child that's going to be 13 years old, be prepared to hear that from their pediatricians, because you're not going to be able to access their full medical records.
And they're trying to reduce the age. So.
Yeah, and they're trying to reduce the age. And I want to say that is HB 7213, which is the other bill that instead of saying 13 to 17-year-olds, it's just going to really just generalize it to minors. So these are dangerous laws that they're trying to push here, and they are already pushing here, because as of July 1st, this is what they're talking about. And if you guys read the law, it also says September 1st of this year, they're going to start giving grants to these minors to get gender affirming care here and reproductive health care here. for our kids. So now is the time to start looking into who are these people that are voting for this.
Johanna Hayes.
And who are your local also people that are going to be running for office, because we have a super majority of the Democrats, and this is a Democrat stronghold in Connecticut. Believe it or not, look it up for yourselves.
Geraldo Reyes better not vote for this.
This is not coming from me. This is coming right from the horse's mouth. What I just read to you guys is from the Connecticut General Assembly from ct.gov. Not out of Alicia's mouth, so you guys can't say that I was, making things up.
And we're gonna post it.
And we're gonna post it under this video, so parents, be aware. This is what's coming down the pipe. It's already there, okay?
That's what I'm fighting for.
So you guys better start waking up, because if not, Connecticut is gonna be looking a lot worse than what it is already. They want to talk about all this money that is being pulled by the federal grants and all this BS. Okay, really? Let's look at Lamont's wife. Why did she just get posted on Forbes for being $650 million?
Because of the vaccine. They was making money off the vaccine.
All right. So when Lamont goes up there and starts talking junk about us not having enough money,
they stealing our money.
His wife should be able to provide some money.
They stealing the money.
Or maybe that's the money that's going into the safe harbor, okay? That are gonna come here to mutilate the kids, okay?
They're gonna make money off mutilating your kids.
Whether you agree with me or not, that doesn't really matter to me. I'm here on a mission. So is my husband. So are many other people that are on a mission to make this state a safe state for our children and the future of the kids. So join us with this fight. It doesn't matter if you don't want to be known to people, that's fine. There's plenty of things that you can call us to do. We have plenty of we want people to run for their local offices too. We want people to join us in different ways. We're not the only, John's not the only candidate. There's also Chris Lancia running in the 3rd district. There's Amy Chai running in the 1st district. We're going to meet another candidate, I believe, that is going to be running in the 4th district.
District 2.
And so this is our mission, and this is what we're about. So reach out to me, DM John, and let's make some changes in Connecticut, because if not, it's not going to be recognizable. And also check out HB 7033, which they already did an ordinance in Hamden in regards to this. If you guys read that, HB 7033, okay, Connecticut as well, they want to make tents on public land, and they already put an ordinance in place in Hamden, Connecticut. So any public land
they can be used. Piss, pull their penis out, pee in front of your kids.
Yep, ADLs, which means activities of daily living, for those that don't know what that means. But yeah, those are parks, public spaces, and if you call to report it, nothing's going to be done, because it's going to be put into law.
Exactly.
So these are the things I'm going to be posting more.
You got a bunch of weirdos pulling out their penis, peeing in front of your kids.
So we're going to be posting more stuff. Again, it's not coming from my mouth. It's coming right from the horse's mouth. ConnecticutGeneralAssembly.com, cga.ct.gov. So if just gonna put it out there, what's written in plain black and white for you guys to see it yourselves.
They're destroying America. Right. They're destroying America on purpose. This is what I'm fighting against. Y'all think I'm crazy. Y'all think I'm unhinged. I'm not unhinged. I'm pissed off. And so should you be. Yep. You should be pissed off, because we wasn't raised like that, and we know better. Yep. So if you with me, let's get together and let's fight these people. Yep. Let's go.
Let's go.